Earlier, Kristina Coccia on the bars. Also from the Parkette's team.
Full pirouette. Right to a ginger.
Oh.
Her teammates call her Sharky.
And that's a requirement. They actually have to go back down to the low bar and then go back up to the high bar. She got a little flexion in her feet there, but she got through her routine.
Kristina Coccia scored a 9.25 for that. 9.225, pardon me. And now we move back to the balance beam. And Nina Kim about to begin her exercise.
Nina's mother was a gymnast, so I think she has it in her genes.
And her father was in Taekwondo, so big sports heritage there for sure. We saw her struggle earlier on the uneven bars. Let's see if she can have a little better luck here on the balance beam.
Now, she was 4th on this event during the 2002 National Championships.
Beautiful.
Nicole Harris on the bars wowed them to the tune of 9.725 just a moment ago.
Wow, 2 tenths higher than the first place score. That was a beautiful, they call it a sheep jump, and the feet really need to be up, almost touching the head.
You know, it's really interesting. You talk about an athlete who has soft hands around the basket. She has a soft touch to the beam. She seems very able to flex and absorb the landings, and where other gymnasts might go flying off, she has a real sense of how to finesse the beam and all those landings. I guess soft touch is the best way of describing it.
It's interesting that you say that, and that you really see that, because it is kind of one of the secrets to balance beam is learning to control that power and absorb that landing so that you can get the angles just right to keep your body over the balance beam.
Well, Bart has a soft spot in his heart for athletes in this event anyway.
I just admire him for being able to do it. Look at this.
2.5 twist, and that's a blind landing. She can't see the floor coming up, so to be able to have a small hop on that landing was great.
As we watch the dismount again, I should explain that Bart's life partner is one of the great Olympic champions, Nadia Comaneci. Married for how long now, Bart?
Coming up on 8 years.
Atta guy.
Hey, hey.
Monica Shoji has the top score so far on the beam at 9.475 as Lindsey Vanden takes her turn. He's here with the World Olympic team from Texas.
They have such a powerhouse program down there. Carly Patterson.
Wow, big scar on her hip.
Yeah, you
Bart.
can see, I was going to point out that shot of her. You can see that scar that Bart pointed out earlier from her surgery on her hamstring.
Oh, look at that strength move.
What you really notice about her is her technique and her presentation. She just has a beautiful line and execution in everything that she does.
Nice full twisting back handspring. And she's connecting that right to a back handspring back tuck. That's one of those difficult connections that we talked about. I love that she's so powerful, yet she's also very flexible. It's kind of an unusual combination in a gymnast.
She already signed a letter of intent to go to UCLA, which is one of the powerhouses in women's collegiate gymnastics, and so she hopes to go there and someday wants to end up being an orthopedic surgeon.
She's got a good start.
Wow, she doesn't look old enough to go to college.
She's 17.
She's done a great beam routine so far.
look at the tapes of yourself back in '92?
Only when forced to. Usually by my mother. No, a lot of great memories.
She looks reasonably satisfied, but somewhat disappointed with her performance.
Well, it's one of those things about balance beam. You know when you made a mistake. You can get a great score, but you still know when you messed up. And I'm sure there's a couple things in there that she would like to perfect before the next competition.
Back to the women on the bars, and this is Casey Overton from the Excalibur Club. Leader in this event, the score to shoot for Nicole Harris with a 9.725.
She's a member of the junior national team.
She placed 8th in the all-around at the 2003 U.S. Championships in the junior division.
Is age the distinction between the divisions or accomplishment?
Age.
Casey Overton wrapping up her run on the bars.
That's her coach, Jim Walker. And Dina, his wife.
I love her lines. She has long, straight lines, and that's one of the things that the judges look for. Beautiful toe point.
And we pick up the action live as Meghan Blair begins her performance on the balance beam. Nina Kim has the top score in the exercise so far at 9.625.
Meghan was also a junior last year at the 2003 championships. Wow, big skill. Full twisting tuck back on a 4-inch wide piece of wood. Pretty good.
She willed herself back into balance there.
Her coach, Evgeny Marchenko, told us before the competition she's one of the hardest workers in the gym.
We talked about earlier, you know, you can teach some things in gymnastics, power you can't teach, and hard work you can't really teach. It's one of those things that the gymnast has to decide, you know, how bad they want it. She wants to stay on that balance beam.
Be a nice view of the very nice crowd of people, fans, parents, and such.
Beautiful double pike to end.
And back to bars, Marcia Newby. Competitor number 167, the Excalibur Club out of Virginia. Scored a 9.575 on the vault.
I think everything she does on bars looks that much bigger because she's got those long legs. She reminds me of Betty Aquino. She's got those long legs that just make her lines so beautiful.
Boy, you're right about that.
Next up on floor exercise for North Star will be
good performance.
A little bit short of a bar routine than normal. Here she's going to turn, half turn, and then do double front out.
That's Marcia Newby. And now Stephanie Gentry takes her turn on